I don't know why I just did that. But it is Ray. Welcome back to my channel. Happy July. I'm here with your July 2025 reading. I am exhausted, okay? I truly am. But we're going to get through this reading. I'm still going to give you a good reading. I just have you, Taurus, and Gemini to do to finish the July 2025 monthly reading. So let's finish strong. Happy Sunday. Saturn goes retrograde today in your sign. It's a lot happening in your sign. There's a lot of transits. We have Neptune retrograde in your sign. We have Saturn retrograde in your sign. Chiron is about to be retrograde in your sign. So you could feel energetically exhausted throughout these transits. If you are, I do feel like the lesson is rest. 101, 101 p.m. East Coast time. I really need some espresso in this coffee. But no, you could definitely be seeing 101. And I feel like, 101 is code, it's matrix, it's the internet. So you could be breaking the internet. And I didn't intend to say that with hesitation, but you may think you're incapable of something. In July, you're realizing that you truly are capable. With that being said, there is a theme of new growth. And this could be with anything. This could be with hair. This could be with a business like your hair. For some of you, it's skin. Like especially if you had skin damage. I don't know, something's growing. It's growing back, but it's growing back stronger. Take that how it resonates for however it applies. It could be new growth at work. It could be a multitude of areas in your life. Anything else? I really need a damn nap, okay? But let's pray. The only reason why I don't take naps, so when I go to sleep, I go to sleep. And this probably wouldn't have gotten done until tomorrow if I would have went back to sleep when I had the chance. So we're going to get through this together. You, Taurus, and Gemini. I thought the shower would wake me up. No. High be your own force of nature. Okay, let's pray. God, divine source, angels, ancestors, guides, universe, thank you for allowing me to guide Aries on their July 2025 monthly reading. Thank you for allowing me to be a clear guide, clear channel, clear vessel as I speak to them on what to expect as the month unfolds. God, please bless each and every heart and soul that taps into this energy with me whenever they are guided to do so. Allow us all to be divinely guided and divinely led. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Gratitude, Ashe. So again, numbers 101. New growth is a theme. And also, the dove is your spirit animal, specifically the mourning dove. I saw two of them. I think they're a part of the species that I feed now, but I haven't been observing the birds that much since I came back from traveling. But I saw two of them fly away from the top of my balcony before going live for you. So they are definitely for you. Hold on, we're gonna look into it. Okay, so the mourning dove, they're so beautiful. I've only seen a white dove twice in my life. Okay, but the mourning doves carry symbolisms of peace, love, hope, and new beginnings, new growth. That could also be why I have on white today as well. They can also be seen as messengers from the spiritual realm, which I believe that all birds are ancestors, me personally. They bring messages of comfort, guidance. I hear comfort and joy, the Christmas song, or even a visit from a loved one who has passed away. But peace and hope, new beginnings, they are spiritual messengers. Hey! Sorry, they're fighting over the food. Comfort and remembrance, love and fidelity. Okay? And if you are of indigenous culture, it represents guides to water sources, which is giving me they're guiding you. You're being guided towards wish fulfillment and signs of good things to come. Okay? All right. Let's see what's going on. Share. Okay, Eight of Wands. Aries, July 2025. You could feel like things are out of order when they truly are in order. You could also feel like there's a lot coming at you at one time. You could feel like you have a lot of responsibilities to handle. I just saw the Queen of Pentacles, so it could be financial responsibilities, but you have a lot on your to-do list. There's a lot to get done. Some of you, if you have children, you know, with school starting and just getting, I hear, life back in order, it could be, it's like usually where you're able to just pick up and start strong. You can feel like, I don't know, this month, this year, it's a rough start. But the Eight of Wands is more so, August has been bleeding into July. I mean, it's all connected, but yeah, the Eight of Wands is giving like a lot coming at you at one time. A lot of communication about something. A lot of people may need your help. You could also, you know, it's like if your phone and DMs have been dry, like some, it's like a shift, and it's like, hold on, wait, like what happened? And I do feel like it's heavily out of nowhere. So, and it has you questioning like what shifted, what changed. And I feel like it's these planets going retrograde in your sign. Okay. All right. Aries. What else with this Eight of Wands? Somebody could be trying to grow a beard. I don't know. That's random as fuck. The Ace of Wands is in reverse. A lot of fire. Okay. The Four of Cups. I love that for you. Four of Swords. The Four of Swords landed on top of the Four of Cups, and then you have the Two of Swords in reverse. These are the fours. It's a lot of pink, I'm noticing. I'm also noticing how the energy of the cards go from light to dark. Anything else? You could definitely be bored with something or bored with something. It just feels like something's not hitting like it used to hit. Or you could just be questioning yourself a lot too. Anything else? Three of Pentacles. I feel like you're questioning people at this time. High Priestess in reverse. You're definitely struggling with self-trust. And going back to what we stated earlier, like you thinking that you're incapable of achieving something, it's like something that you think you're just not ready for, incapable of, whatever the term that fits right for you. Yeah, the Nine of Swords, it really has you sad, like something could just not be growing. And that could represent why this is a theme of new growth for you. Because you starting with the Eight of Wands, something's going to happen fast, but everything else that follows this energy of the Eight of Wands is slowness. Ace of Wands in reverse, slowness. Four of Cups, she's just sitting here, okay? Four of Wands, she's just laying here, okay? The Two of Swords, stuck, okay? Even the Three of Pentacles, honey, they're just in one place. Nine of Swords, one place. But with the High Priestess in reverse, something is affecting your confidence and your self-esteem. It's also affecting your energy. But your twos are in reverse. It definitely, the twos being in reverse, to me, for you, it means that you're no longer going back and forth with something. Like your mind is made up. Like you've made a decision, but you're very displeased with the decision that you've made. Like something like that. Yeah, the Lovers in reverse. What's underneath? Another four. You could definitely be seeing 444. Four of Pentacles in reverse with the Fool, though. It's time to dive into something new. And that could be something else, like you're missing newness. Again, new growth is a theme, but, or something, you're missing passion in something. You're not connecting with someone the same way. Take it how it resonates, but you have definitely come to a conclusion in July, or you're coming to a conclusion in July, depending on the timeline. Yeah, death and rebirth, but it's in reverse. So you don't trust your decision making. You use your past, which is one thing to use the past as a guide of the present. You know, what did we not do then that we should do now, versus just focusing on the outcome of the past and using that as a block to move forward. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Mm. I feel like you're using the past as a block to move forward, because you have Temperance in reverse, the Five of Pentacles. Like, yeah, you not, are you, are you disappointed in yourself? Like, I don't know what this is. Knight of Swords. You feel like you moved forward with something too fast as well. And that's, the Knight of Swords connects with the Eight of Wands. We started with the Eight of Wands, we're ending with the Knight of Swords. So it feels like a lot of you are carrying some type of energy of regret as well. And regret doesn't do anything for you. And I feel like instead of waiting for an opportunity to come back around, you should manifest the opportunity to get out of this energy. I feel like that's what it takes for most of you. Yeah, Six of Swords. Find a way to manifest the opportunity for yourself again. If it happened once, it can happen again. Yeah, Three of Swords, have that belief and release that regret. All right. Aries. Honey, like my body's like, you don't want to lay down? I really need some espresso. That'll probably be my birthday gift to myself. An espresso machine. Anywho, back to you, Aries. What's happening in the life of Aries in July? Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Wands in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse. I hear I'm walking on sunshine, and I know it feels good. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. Okay, that's an energy shift. But it's like, and I am no way, shape, form, or fashion trying to project, but I do feel like you're too exhausted to celebrate. Yeah, we'll see. All right, what else with the Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Wands in reverse? Because the Knight of Wands in reverse is literally too exhausted to celebrate. Five of Wands, there's a lot of conflict being removed away from you in July. And with the Wheel of Fortune, if you're having issues with people, you're definitely not having issues with your bank account. Yeah, Ace of Cups. I feel like that's your focus right now too. Yeah, victory. Your bank account. Family planning too for some, not all. A lot of you are focused on yourself. Others of you, you're focused on community. All right, what else? The Three of Swords. What's going on? Yeah, you're not, something's not growing. Again, it feels like the conclusion. Yeah. So underneath the Three of Swords, we have the Six of Wands, victory, the Star. That's Leo Aquarius energy, which will heavily play out in August, because in Leo season we have the Aquarius full moon in August. You have the Queen of Swords, making a decision, reaching a conclusion. But Temperance, with Temperance being upright and Justice and her shadow being underneath, you're, how do I say this? Hey! God damn. Yeah, even with all of that fucking chaos that started in your life, okay? Because they was chilling earlier. And I got their food straight before I even came live. But it's like the voices that are feeding your energy right now, that inner voice, that inner shadow, it's not the voice that you're being called to tap into. And Justice slid out. Now, what fell in my lap? Hangman, Pisces. Seven of Wands in reverse. King of Cups. Upright. The Ten of Pentacles reverse. Nine of Cups reverse, Five of Swords reverse, Death and Rebirth in reverse, and the Four of Pentacles. So the only card that's upright is the King of Cups. You're heavily emotionally protective. I think that's the right way to say that, of yourself right now. You're not really fucking with too many people in July. I feel like there's very few of you focused on community, and the community you're focused on, I hear they ain't shit. I don't know why I'm hearing it like that. Um, yeah, someone's not changing. Someone's patterns aren't changing. Someone also keeps fucking up and fumbling a bag too. I just feel like you're tired of being the person. Yeah, I hear don't save us. You don't want to be saved. Or it could be masculine energy too. It doesn't have to be feminine, but the song refers to feminine energy. But we have masculine and feminine both here reversed, so it could be either or. Heavy energy on family with Ten of Pentacles, or people that feel like family. It's just people just, I hear they're stuck in the same rut. And it's all, I don't feel like a lot of people are checking on you either in July, Aries. If people are checking on you, they want something from you. Like, that's the reason. It's to make sure, you know, the temperature is good for when they need to call you in need. You can be very aware of the people that only come around when they need something, but it's like now people are starting to switch it up, and it's like, let me check in with Aries, so they don't think that I'm just using them, when really that's what they're doing, using you. What else for Aries? Who is on your mind? Somebody. Okay, let's see. Aries. The Two of Cups is very loud, even though it hasn't came out, but someone's on somebody's mind. Yeah, Judgment. Looks like someone you may have already released as well. Going back to that conclusion energy. You have the Eight of Wands again. Anything else? That's a switch in energy. Now the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. You have the Four of Pentacles upright with the Page of Swords. So this would mean you need to slow down with something. Like, you need to read through your agreements. I don't know. Also, it's giving DIY, do it yourself as well. Doing it yourself will save more money. If you, I don't know, if you don't know how to cook, learn how to cook. That's random. But the resources that you need to do it yourself are available to you. But you don't trust your, you don't trust yourself. Which, you're not the only sign that's struggling with self-trust, okay? It seems to be a theme in July. Also, you could feel like it's very hard for you to pass a particular benchmark in life. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. You could also feel very overlooked in some area of your life. Specifically, it feels like work. And with the Page of Swords being upright, you know, this could be with communication. Or you could just feel like people do not listen to you, or it's like they consistently want to combat you, work against you, with the Wheel of Fortune being in reverse. It's like people that say that they love you and give a fuck about you, the energy feels like they're an enemy. That's what this Four of Pentacles is giving. What else? The Moon. And the Sun. The Knight of Swords in reverse again with the Five of Swords upright. And the Two of Cups is in reverse with Judgment and Lover. Two of Cups reverse and the Lovers in reverse, Aries. Well, you also have the Ace of Swords here, so somebody's getting caught up in a lie. It's giving, hold on, let me find it. It's definitely giving Feel It in the Air, but hold on, let me find the lyric I'm looking for. Yeah, my spider senses is tingling, feeling something, got my radars up. Yeah, ooh, my nose is itching. Yeah, something going on, I feel funny, can't tell me nothing different. My nose is twitching, fuck, my nose is itching. Oh my God, but yeah, it's some shit like that. And Taurus has a reading called Sun going on, so it could, Taurus energy could be involved. You have Pentacles here. Oh my God, my nose. Anything else? But Emperor, your energy. And then Empress. Okay, Emperor, Empress. So that's beautiful. So you have the Two of Cups. You had, oh God. God, please. My nose. Okay. So, what the fuck was I about to say? You had the Two of Cups in reverse with the Lovers in reverse. So there's definitely a disconnect. But then you go from, and it was interesting because I saw two doves as well. But anywho, and then just the birds. Anywho, they're doing the fucking most truly outside right now. But it's like someone's been lying to you. Someone's been deceiving you. It feels heavy energy, heavy deception. Okay, so it's like saying one thing and then finding out another. Oh my God, my nose is itching. But then you go from Two of Cups in reverse, Lovers in reverse, to Emperor, Empress upright. So something that you want, something that is strong, long-standing. If it's not in regards to like a relation, a romantic relationship, it could definitely be something platonic. This is giving like best friends. You lose one best friend to gain a real one, you know? You lose a Judas for a Jesus, okay? It's something like that. Hold on, because my motherfucking... Oh. Okay, sorry. That shit was annoying. Okay. Does that make sense? I'm gonna clean this up, okay? Because that was just a lot for me. But no, that song could be a theme for you too. All right, anything else before we switch to the Oracle for Aries? You could have met someone in Taurus season 2 that we were just discussing, or connected with someone in Taurus season that you could be, you don't have to be a Taurus, but Taurus season is connected to that energy for sure. All right, what else? Nine of Pentacles reversed, Strength upright, High Priestess upright. It's a lot of majors. The Devil upright. Okay, 3 majors so far. So you have 9, 8, 3, 4. None of this is your energy. And we're missing the air element. Yeah, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo, Pisces. You have the Nine of Pentacles reversed, Strength upright, High Priestess upright, the Devil upright. You also have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Four of Cups in reverse. But it's interesting because the King of Cups is in reverse here too. But the Queen of Cups is here upright. Someone has two sides to them. Well, we all have two sides, right? Light and shadow. But this is, you don't know someone's shadow. And I think Scorpio has something like this too. But the Devil in reverse, it's like, who are you? It's like, yeah, who are you when you snap? You know? Or who are you when you feel like you're at your breaking point? Like that energy is something that you don't know about, or it could be, you know, someone doesn't know that about you. But with the Strength and the High Priestess and the Devil, it's really giving me three different people. Three very strong people, powerful people. If it's not in the physical realm, it's definitely in the spiritual realm. Or it could be both. You know, somebody could be strong and powerful in the physical. Someone else could be strong and powerful in the spiritual. I don't know. But it's three different people outside of you. One is encouraging you. Another is guiding you. And then the third one, which represents the Devil, it's like someone's trying to like pull you in, reel you in, but they don't have good intentions. But whoever's encouraging you and guiding you does. Whoever's trying to pull you in, like this is a person that thinks that physical stability will save them from spiritual judgment. That's what it feels like. I hope that makes sense, you know? It's like if I'm good here on earth, I'm good up there too. But that's not always the case. Y'all got allergies or something? The fuck is happening with my nose and throat? Okay, maybe you need to go see the ENT. Okay, the ear, neck, and throat doctor. I don't know. Or figure that out for yourself if you're into holistic healing. But yeah, I do feel like you're connecting with new people. I feel like the people around you are changing. Like everyone you have around you right now will not be the people you have around you in the next 6 months. Whoever is active on your phone right now is not who's about to be active on your phone in the next 6 months. I'm more so getting 8 with strength being here, and I keep looking at it as I mentioned the time. But yeah, 8 represents a cycle. I just feel like a lot in your life is about to change, and now I'm being drawn back to that new growth energy. New growth would be a representation of the Nine of Pentacles upright, but it's in reverse, so something hasn't happened yet. And there's a lot of people around you that you think are good for you, and they're not. Like King of Cups in reverse with this is out of alignment. Both upright would be alignment. Both in reverse would be just completely incompatible. Perception is everything. But with Judgment in reverse, I feel like you're being asked to, how do I say this? The universe is asking you to ask it, because it's giving asking you shall receive. So it's like the universe is asking you to ask the universe to show you people's true colors. to show you people's shadows. Like, it's like they want to show you something so bad, but you have to ask to receive it, because once you ask, that's when you're ready. Now, we don't always ask at a time when we're ready, but this is different. It feels very different. And I feel like because you don't know something, you're not making proper judgment calls. So you could feel like you're doing the right thing, but it's kind of like who you have around you has the ability to literally fuck up everything for you. It's kind of like one bad apple spoils the bunch type of energy. And that could also be why the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, because the bunch is spoiled, you know? I hope that makes sense. It's like you're holding hands with the wrong motherfucker. Literally, holding hands with the wrong person. Yeah, Eight of Wands in reverse, that's changing. And the Ten of Cups is in reverse underneath. All right, let's move on. Aries, July. Okay. You have Horsemen, travel, Sag energy, but Herald of Change a lot. Yes, shit is changing for sure. Change is good. Like Obama said, I think. That was who said it. You have Balancing Act dances on one foot in reverse. So what happened between March 9th and May 9th? Something happened in your reality throughout that time. All right, moving on. I feel like something changed then specifically. Yeah, you have transmuting pain here. Did you lose something around that time? So, some of you may have. You may have lost someone around that time. My condolences if so. And I say that because this is a Luna moth in this card, right? And last night, after I did Pisces, I was on the balcony, and it's called, hold on, it's called a moth kiss, but I got smacked in my cheek by a moth, and it literally felt like a kiss on the cheek when it happened. So, and tying back into the morning dove energy is definitely giving, like, someone is missed. Yeah. But I also feel like throughout the changes that have taken place in your life, like, it's like you, I don't know if you're struggling to keep up with the changes per se, but it's like, again, going back to the Eight of Wands and a lot coming towards you at one time, it's like it's like you're not able to grasp hold of each thing that happens. And it just feels like, you know, some of you may feel like you're spiraling out of control, which is not true. You know, Spirit would never put more on you than you can handle. So if you feel like you're out of control, and as I always say, you know, when you think shit is out of control, that's really when you're at your most powerful. Because when you're down, the opposite of that energy is to get back up. And you have bold step forward here, which would represent getting back up, okay? And also being emphasized with experiencing life as it comes in reverse. This is taking control of your reality. But some of you are sitting in pain or carrying pain in your day-to-day. You're going to bed in pain, you're rising in pain. It could be emotional pain, could be physical pain. Because physical pain would represent this dances on one foot energy being in reverse. With Winter's Dream being in reverse, the gestation period, it's giving me like a bubble has been popped. Someone's bubble has been burst. I don't know. It's also giving you didn't think something would happen so soon. I really don't know what I'm talking about specifically, but Yeah. But yeah, you have confidence in your magic. The Magician's Sword that fell on top of Herald of Change. Some of you could be between the ages of 30 and 37, but it's like you are the fertilizer. Your energy is the fertilizer of what's needed to get that new growth energy to actually sprout. Okay, I don't know why I'm seeing a chia pet, but you are the fertilizer. Now, when it comes to fertilizer, not all fertilizer, yes, it's healthy, but sometimes the smell is displeasing, right? So the smell being displeasing is a reflection of having to experience certain things in life that you do not want to experience, right? But it's fertilizer. It's like your tears are the fucking water to the soil, okay? Um you doing the maintenance work yourself, the pruning, the planting, that, honey, your sweat, I don't know, but you're the fucking fertilizer, okay? And you being the fertilizer is a representation of confidence in your magic. That's the key to change your life. That's the key for you to take an initiation forward. I do feel like there's an energy that you've been in way too long. Gestation is a period of sitting still. Nothing grows in winter, but we're not in winter right now. We're in summer solstice, okay? Things begin to grow in spring. Now we're in another season. But with transmuting pain, it's like you've been carrying something with you since winter. For some of you, since spring with that March energy. But no, March 7th would technically still be winter, astrologically speaking. So yeah, you've been carrying something from winter into summer, but it's like the sun heals and your energy fertilizes, but you're not. It's and that energy fertilizing, I feel like it's your shadow. Like the sun is the light that heals, and then that pain, that experience will be the fertilizer to for the new growth. Does that make sense? I hope it fucking makes sense, okay? I feel like I'm about to confuse myself. But yeah, anything else? Galactic mushroom, the divine matrix. All is well, all is in order. You, no matter how bad, I did the bunny ears with the bad, no matter how bad it may seem to you, like spirit has you right where spirit wants you to be. You may think that, your prayers are not being heard. You may think that the confirmations are not being received, but you are heard and they are being received. But you need to, instead of looking down and dwelling in the pain, you need to open your eyes and look up. That's why they say walk with your head high and not your head down. Okay. What else for Aries? Almost called you Aquarius. Feel like that star energy of the Aquarius full moon next month is definitely going to help heal you. These planets are too, which we're about to move into. Yeah. Dragon's Horde protecting the future. It's giving legacy, protecting the legacy, but also being in the act of doing something to change the outcome of the legacy. I feel like you've stopped doing something and spirit wants you to get back into it. Heavy energy on reconnect. Also a need to focus on why you got started on this journey in the first place, which will provide a lot of answers to questions that you're seeking as to why you're experiencing certain things that you're experiencing. Yeah, netcaster preparations come to fruition. You are protected. I feel like you feel like you're unprotected. You may feel like you're under attack. I do feel like it's the intensity of the energies in your planet, in your sign. But 42 also represents the 42 laws. So as long as your morals and values stay intact, you will, um, what's that word? I don't think that's a word. But your manifestations will come to fruition. I'll say it that way. If you maintain your morals and values, no matter what you're experiencing or growing through. Definitely feels like you're experiencing a lot of growing pains. And right now, it's like you, maybe spirit is your mother and your father throughout this right now, the caretaker, the nurse, all of that. But heavy on, you need to clear your ears, neck, and throat, okay? Here, get the gunk out. I don't know. Let's look at these transits. This is a preview. I'm going to start the all signs for the transits tomorrow. But until then, let's see. Venus and Gemini for Aries. Shit is probably cold. Thank you for letting me know it made sense. All right, Venus and Gemini for Aries. Thank you. Thank you. Neptune retrograde in Aries for Aries. Uranus and Gemini for Aries. Capricorn full moon. Thank you. Saturn retrograde, which started today. Ooh, I love that. Okay. Mercury retrograde for Aries. Leo season. Aw. Leo new moon for Aries. I feel like, you know, your sun sign specifically, the seasons, like whatever your sun sign is, whatever element that is, I do personally feel like when that energy, when the sun is in that energy throughout that particular time, so you're Aries. So when the sun is in Leo and Sagittarius, those are positive, fruitful seasons for you. And just how Leo season and the Leo new moon is coming out, once we shift, once the sun is in that fire energy again, because you're fire, it's like you're gonna feel like yourself again, especially if you're not feeling like yourself right now. Chiron retrograde in Aries. Aw, it's starting rough, baby, but it's ending positive. All right, last but not least, Venus in Cancer for Aries. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, honey, you could be definitely going through it right now, okay? With Venus in Gemini and Neptune retrograde. Neptune retrograde, I think, is until October of this year. I think I'll clarify tomorrow because we're starting with the Neptune retrograde transit. No, sorry, we're starting with Venus. Neptune retrograde will be Tuesday. But let's read the cards. So you have legacy in reverse. Yeah, you have gotten away from something in regards to the legacy that spirit wants you to get back into. So Venus in Gemini, baby, you have Oshun, justice in reverse. Okay, don't look at my nails. My birthday is coming up. It's about to get done. So throughout the Venus and Gemini transit, which Venus goes into Cancer on the 30th, Venus and Gemini started Independence Day, July 4th. So I do feel like Venus and Gemini, you may feel trapped. You may feel like, again, a lot of injustices are happening with Oshun representing yellow energy. You know, bees, busy bees, because we started with the Eight of Wands and you having a lot of energy coming at you at one time, but you could really, with yellow energy being in reverse, there's definitely an issue with power. It's like personal power versus willpower. They are separate. But no, honestly, it feels like Venus and Gemini, you're fighting for your life. You could be fighting for love. You could just be fighting for acknowledgement at this time, but it's not something you need to fight for. I just feel like it Venus and Gemini is showing you the truth, and I feel like the truth that you're seeing, it's like a very hard pill for you to swallow at this time. That's what it's giving. Moving on, you have Neptune retrograde, baby, in your sign. Okay, so that also started July 4th, and you have manifestor creation in reverse with Neptune retrograde. This would be being the fertilizer upright. Okay, and we are also in the year of the snake, and she has a snake wrapped around her. But I do believe, yeah, the snake's head is cut off. Okay, is it? Hold on. I never paid attention before. No, it's not. Okay, it looked like it is, but it's not. So Neptune retrograde, you know, Neptune highlights illusions, perceptions not being factual that you may have. So something definitely is not what it seems. I honestly, it feels like you're in a major spiritual battle between your power and the matrix. That's what Neptune retrograde feels like for you. And it's like you kind of, you know how like if you start off a game and you're just you feel like you're losing, or you're looking at the scoreboard and it's like, damn, we're not up any points. But then, honey, baby, the last quarter and the last few minutes of a game can change a lot. Okay, it depends on the momentum of the players of the team. So yeah, Neptune retrograde is very like your sportsmanship, your own personal sportsmanship, whether you're into sports or not. That energy is being tested, and when it feels like you are losing, can you still celebrate a win for someone else? All of that is being tested. Okay, moving on. Uranus and Gemini, which started July 7th. You have bliss trust, but it's sideways. The Uranus and Gemini is bringing a shift to what the fuck we just talked about with Venus and Gemini and Neptune retrograde. But yeah, Uranus and Gemini is assisting you in rebuilding that self-trust. It just feels like you're about to go through a major chakra realignment, but it's not the 7 chakras that are being realigned. It's all 33 chakras. Okay. All right. Also, I keep touching my hair, so you could definitely be doing something different with your crown. Moving on, Capricorn full moon, you have Witch Metaverse. This Capricorn full moon, it feels like the message is get up and manifest, get up and fertilize, get up and work. Like, this is a time, I feel like the Capricorn full moon and the Saturn retrograde, because they go hand in hand. It's time for you to focus, get back to work. It's time for, especially, you know, I just feel like certain dreams that you have allowed to die out are being revitalized. That's the best way to put it, to verbalize it. And then with Saturn retrograde, you have, oh yeah, protection, honey. You are protected. As I iterated, it's being confirmed. Saturn got you. You and Aquarius. Was it Aquarius I was saying that too? Yeah, it was. Whatever storms, you know, that you are going through, and I feel like this is heavily connected to that spiritual battle that you're having with the matrix. Like, Saturn is going to help you win that war. It may feel like some battles are lost, but you will win the fucking war. Okay, period. Moving on. Mercury retrograde, you have gateway vision in reverse, but this is positive to me because it's giving, instead of you just daydreaming about it, like you're literally, it's like you're putting in that time, you're being consistent with your hours. I feel like a lot of you, you're starting to really honor, it's not necessarily the plans that you create, but you're starting to honor promises to yourself. You're starting to be a promise keeper. I don't know why that's a theme, but yeah, promise keeping. But this is more so to, this could be to yourself, to your ancestors, I don't know. But again, promise keeping is a theme. Now, Leo season, you have Iku transformation. It's given Tupac, things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. And Tupac is a Gemini. So, and Leo rules the heart chakra. And it's going back to whoever you got active around you right now will not be active in the next 6 to 8 months. Leo season is, it's like Venus and Gemini. I don't know, I'm seeing a bowling alley. And you know, when you're at a bowling alley and you're starting to bowl, like everything is in place. You know, you choose your balls if you don't have your own ball to figure out what you're going to use to strike out. Okay, I feel like Venus and Gemini that started July 4th, especially on that energy of Independence Day, um, this, it's like the setup of you getting ready and you're picking your ball, okay? And it's like you're trying out different balls to figure out, you know, which one your hand and your wrist work best with to strike out, okay? But in Leo season, when the sun enters Leo transformation, it's like the ball is now going down the lane to strike out, okay? I hope that makes sense. But yeah, Leo season, major change, okay? Heavy energy on striking out, but not crashing out, okay? The Leo new moon on July 24th, we have Abracadabra Connect. Leo new moon is very magical for you. Again, we'll be in that fire energy. So this is a time to plant new seeds. But don't plant new seeds if life starts to life and you forget that you're the fertilizer, okay? That's about to be your title, you're the fertilizer. Dead ass. Chiron retrograde, you have stability. So Chiron is the wounded healer. So where you have distrust, where things have been unstable, certain cycles, Chiron is coming to heal and stabilize those areas of your life. And then lastly, with Venus in Cancer, you have divine feminine, the void, creating light or whatever the fuck you want from the darkness. Like, I do feel like progressing into the latter part of July and into August, again, Leo season, as you start to feel better and you start to experience, you know, better energy in your day-to-day life, I just feel like for a lot of you, you're going to get confirmation. Yes, we have, you know, new levels, new devils, but you're going to get confirmation that the worst is over. It feels like some of you are in the midst of a storm, but definitely not for long. Okay. We'll go deeper in the all signs as mentioned. All right, I used this one already. Hold on. Ooh, they're too much. Okay. I almost overflowed my cup, but moving on, July 2025. That's higher power. I feel like a lot of you are going through a crown chakra activation at this time. The number 4 is heavy, 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 heavy. What else? Feels like spiritually, a lot of you had your own Independence Day on July 4th as well. I don't celebrate that holiday, okay? I am indigenous, so I don't celebrate that holiday, but yeah, you had your own. You have Observer in reverse. I love this. So higher power upright, time to go in reverse, Observer in reverse. Go the distance came out on top of higher power, but it's sideways. We're going to leave it sideways. What else? And then you have a leg up that also flew on top of higher power. So this energy came up in the first Leo reading that I did, that I was mute throughout. And it didn't quite come up in the reading that I just uploaded that you can hear me on. But it's the energy for the first one is coming up for you, especially with higher power being here. And I didn't tell them what it was about, but I'm about to tell you what it's about because it's coming up for you. You know, we all have like our, and this message has come up before, but we all have we have our angels, our ancestors, our spirit team that we pray to. You know, in the prayer I mentioned God, okay, and I clarify I'm speaking of divine source. I call on the angels, the ancestors, the guides. I call on the universe, okay. So we all have a team that we walk with, right? And that's just generalizing their titles and not going into the specifics of who walks with me specifically, right? Now, when it comes to like your spirit team, in the Leo reading, the energy was, you know, if you usually call on your ancestors, if you usually call on your spirit guides, if you usually call on certain archangels, they are being, not in a disrespectful way, but pushed to the side. But it's like God is working with you directly. And with this higher power being here, some of you don't believe that because my funny bone just did a thing, but it's true. And if you don't believe, you are on the path of becoming a believer. My left fucking elbow. Yeah, so higher powers here, a leg up. Like, this is God got you. You know, the winter, nothing grows. The winter, it's fucking cold. You know, it's giving like the Five of Pentacles. But in the Five of Pentacles, if they go inside of the church, they won't be out in the snowstorm, okay? They have an option to not catch frostbite, okay? But it's like, no, I'm going to just thug it through by myself. You don't have to do this. And also, you know, I grew up Pentecostal, so it was, you know, you got to do all of these things before you get straight to God, okay? And honey, Jesus is not God. I don't know why why we're getting that technical, but you know, Jesus, the Bible says Jesus is the Son of God, okay? But yeah, I got to go through all these hoops just to get to Jesus. To me, that doesn't make sense. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to go through all of these others when you just, honey, some things you don't need to call on, you know, source for everything. That's why we have the archangels. That's why we have the ancestors. That's why we have, you know, certain deities that we walk with and work with. But this, whatever this journey is that you're on in July, like it's you and God. And we'll look into the polar bear energy as well. But with go the distance, it's like you don't have to. All you have to do is call on her, call on him, however you view God for yourself. Um, and he, she will pull up, okay? But with time to go, there's also, you know, divine timing is very loud. Divine intervention is very loud as well. But if you're questioning the timing of something and you're seeing 444, hold on, clarify, because I don't want to guide them wrong. Let me make sure I understand the message. Hold on, Aries. I'm getting like 444 is wait, 777 is go, because 7 is a chariot. But can you validate that, please? I just need one, okay? But we have 8, 9 here. So 8 of Pentacles, the Hermit. Just take heed, okay? Especially if you feel like it aligns with you. You can definitely test the theory as well. All right? All right. You should stop questioning yourself as well. Stop questioning your intuition. See, I just questioned my intuition. Don't do that. All right, Unfinished Symphony. There is a struggle between now and October though. But that's what, 90 days, July through October. I think that's a 90-day cycle. Unfinished Symphony is 10. Soulmates. Why is Tupac significant? I hear Brenda's got a baby. I don't know. But she's on an egg. Someone could be having a boy. But Soulmates is in reverse. Hold on. Let's look into the polar bear before I forget. We've been here an hour already. But I also think you should wear more white. Okay, white represents new beginnings. Okay, the polar bear, right? The polar bear represents strength, resilience, and adaptability. particularly in challenging environments. It can also symbolize protection, intuition, listen to your intuition, don't question it, and the ability to endure through difficult times. Furthermore, it can be associated with transformation, healing, and connection to one's inner power, which we've been talking about this whole time. So yeah, unfinished symphony, soulmates, you could pay attention, which I will highlight this when I do the Mercury retrograde reading, but I say this every retrograde though, every Mercury retrograde specifically. Pay attention to what shows up. Like for a lot of people, you know, it's like exes, you know, that means you don't know how to completely close the door on the past. For some people, it could be friendships, you know, people that you've never been sexually interactive with, but it could be friendships, you know, and that could be a representation of always leaving a door open for someone that has shown you who they are, you know. If it's debt, you know, shit, garnishment, something like that, but just debt, you tend to run away from the issues and problems that you create. Deal with your shit. So pay attention to what recycles throughout Mercury retrograde specifically. That's what you are not dealing with, that you're being asked to deal with. Does that make sense? Yeah, deal with that to have the peace. Fates, okay. But it's like, this is also giving, like, you may think that a certain cycle is a part of your destiny, and it's not. It's really not. It's not your soulmate, okay? It's karmic, as the girlies say, okay? Yeah, happy. Now, my birthday is on the 26th. This card, happy, is 26. I just feel like Leo season, you're good, okay? Yeah, you hear the sirens? Feels like healing is coming in. I also feel like there's a rescue mission for you, too. Yeah, you have the fates here, Aquarius energy, but here and now, yeah, direction, timing. Timing is very important. And I am not the reader. I'm not about to tell you don't do shit in Mercury retrograde, okay? Because before you even knew of a fucking Mercury retrograde, you were still living life, right? So it's all about faith and trust in yourself. And, you know, people that are of this world will be more affected in a negative way than people that are not of this world, that are just having the human experience. So know which being that you are and operate accordingly. Okay? Okay. Yeah, but these, whatever cycles you're in that you don't want to be in, you have the power to end them. October 26th, this 1026 right here, that date, and then underneath that you have blessed 22 and regeneration. So yeah, you're good. Let's bring this to a close. You see 7s, 4s, and 11s. 7 crown, 4 heart, 1 is the root. Those are disconnected. They need to be reconnected. Your crown, your heart chakra, and your root. But it's also, in order to heal, you have to reflect back on where the disconnect happened. Whatever this disconnect is, you went against yourself in regards to something. Okay? Yeah. You've been holding on to that too. But that's for you. All right. Anything else as a major energy for Aries in July? I just started sweating after saying that. Yeah, so don't get too comfortable with the people that you've been comfortable with, okay? Because shit is about to change, and I feel like you need to protect what people know about you. Because you got some spiteful people around you that don't know how to act when they don't get their way. That's how I hear it specifically verbatim. I hear grown as fuck too. Oh, okay, the Ace of Earth. Didn't I say you ain't got no money problems? If you do, you ain't got to worry about it that much more. You have the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture. This is in regards to legacy too. But yeah, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. Read through everything though. And then you have the Knight of Earth, loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. It's time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. A guardian angel. And then finally, that guardian angel is Source. Your last message, a lot of earth energy. The Three of Earth, the Three of Pentacles, the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. And I don't feel like this has anything to do with other people. I feel like Spirit is asking you to be a team player. Yeah, Spirit is asking you to be a team player on their behalf. And also, mind, body, and soul, be a team player for yourself. Stop going against yourself. Okay? Okay. I love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Like the video, comment, subscribe. About to do Taurus.